Good evening and welcome. This special election edition of The High Captain is being presented by West of Cinder Production through the Tank NYC. Sorry for that. Through the Tank NYC. It runs 90 minutes and will be followed by a talk back with the creative team. We'll be collecting questions and comments throughout, so please feel free to put them in the comments and we'll address as many as possible following the show. Also, please feel free to discuss the political relevance of the High Captain with us. Stick around. Looking forward to a good discussion. Again, enjoy the show, and we'll see you again soon.
Sylvia's Provincial Plank Day.
Oh, but today is already National Girdle Bird Day.
Girdle Bird Day?
The national bird.
And the provincial bird.
I didn't know it was
Day?
a bird.
Dana, you don't know the girdle bird? The upright ground bird that runs like it's wearing a girdle? Like Pam, the patron saint of February?
February. I think that one fell out.
What?
How about this? Tomorrow can be Girdle Bird Day.
The 30th is already the district-wide shutdown in case of high tide.
What? Why?
Because in year 2, there's a high tide that killed 4 citizens?
Year 2? That was some number of years ago. And besides, that could happen any day.
Right, but we know it happened on that day.
Okay, well, we have to go to next month.
She's lost the month again.
No, I haven't. It was here. It's just not here.
So it's gone.
It's somewhere.
Then it's lost.
Well, just because I don't know where something is doesn't mean it's lost. I mean, look at us. No one knows where we are, but we're still here.
Oh, yeah? Where?
Well, not nowhere.
Not somewhere either. Look, if no one knows where we are, least of all us, then we are nowhere. We certainly aren't somewhere anyhow.
Then why are we here?
Can I hang the plane up or not?
Yeah, since we nail a plank to the municipal hut every day on Plank Day, why don't we?
Oh, hey, 2.
No, 3 at least.
Wait, only.
The point is to acknowledge the plank as a symbol of all we hold dear as a nation.
And a province.
And
Yeah.
municipal district.
Exactly. And more isn't necessarily.
Better?
I disagree. I think we need at least 3 planks on Plank Day, and at least 2 every other day.
I second Thon.
Thank you, Nico.
Fine. Can you hand me one of those?
Have you lost your mind on it?
What?
We need those to get out of here.
Well, maybe just the exclamation point.
What?
Well, it's just that. Do you think it's alarming enough?
Save us. Save us! You're right, we need something more.
Come on.
No, listen. Save us.
I heard you the first time. Are you saying someone's going to be like flying overhead, look down, see the words save us without an exclamation point and not come down and help us?
I'm simply suggesting that of all the planks on the island, maybe we shouldn't use that one.
Well, you people need to make up your minds. It's not like we have a never-ending supply of planks.
Are you saying that we might run out of planks?
Well, yeah. I mean, there were only so many on the walls of the captain's stateroom, unless you can figure out where we can get more planks.
Maybe we could put like 1 or 2 or 3 up every day and then take them down again at the end of the day.
Oh, please.
Can we figure this out? Let's see. So 2 a day for. Did we ever figure out what month it is next month?
Sheila's.
Wasn't it Sheila's this month?
Wait, it's been Sheila's month for
How long?
more than 1.
Wait, Xana, how many months are left?
5.
What? Did you lose more months?
They keep falling out.
Where did they go?
I don't know. There were a lot to keep track of, I think.
Well, it's really hard to say, isn't it? Just how many were there? Put the exclamation point back.
Oh,
Dang, you see?
that Sky Machine comes over.
You know what, guys? I'm hanging this up.
Oh, come on. Guys. Is it possible that we're a little bit on edge because we haven't been, we've been celebrating Plank Day for so long. We haven't been eating or lying down in our huts.
Are you suggesting that we eat during the celebration of Plank Day?
Wait, I thought we decided today wasn't actually Plank Day.
Oh, that's right. Wait, what was it again? You know what? Let's just call it a day. Let's call it a day. Oh boy, I was really starting to feel weird there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Where would we be without what's the stuff called again?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be stranded up with a boatload of something, this is just about the best thing.
Yeah, things would be pretty grim otherwise.
It's hard to imagine anything ever going wrong.
Is it just me, or is the ever-lighted flame particularly righteous tonight?
Oh yeah, may its perfectly natural colored flames ever needlessly light the night air.
Oh, totally. I only wish we had something to cook over it.
We really need to learn how to hunt.
Oh, you want some of these berries? They're a little painful going down, but after that, they're not as painful.
Tempting, but I'll pass.
There was a large mass of water creatures convening in a little pool today. I grasped at them, but nothing.
Damn, why are all the creatures on this island so diabolically fast? I swear to you, some days I'd even eat a girdle bird if I could catch one. Not the sky-colored kind, of course.
There are other kinds of girdle birds?
Oh, sure, all kinds. Sand-colored, tree-colored, shell-colored.
How do you know they're all girdle birds?
I read it
Where?
in a book.
Where'd you get a book?
Not here, before.
Before.
Are you okay, Xana?
I'm fine. I've just eaten so many of these berries, it's starting to feel like one big
One big what?
demon. It feels like there's a demon trying to get out of me.
Has it occurred to you that they might be poisonous?
Haven't died yet.
And if you do?
Well, then you'll be right. But until then,
Wait, where did you get them anyhow?
from the shaded area up on the point.
You mean Pirate Point? That place is infested with pirates, or one would assume.
Well, it wasn't when I was there. Besides, I went with Jakin from the Fifth Hut.
I see.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, it's just that the Fifth Hut is, several huts away.
Do you have a problem with people from the Fifth Hut?
Not necessarily.
Oh, you're that tone again.
I don't see anything that you could do with him that you couldn't do with us.
Pick berries.
That's true. I mean, I'm not going anywhere called Pirate Point. I mean, even if it is just a name.
Well, Thon, if you have any problems that you'd like to talk about with him, about, any issues you may or may not necessarily have with people from the Fifth Hut, Jakin's meeting me here tonight.
Quiet. Who goes there?
It's me, Jakin, from the 5th Hut.
I told you.
Sorry, our mistake.
Okay, do you guys think you could let me go?
Sorry. Of course.
I really came here to speak to Xana.
Uh-huh.
Ever since today's plankering ceremony, I've had this feeling.
Oh yeah, like the high kind of feeling.
No.
Oh, the feeling where the high's wearing off and you start to feel sick and afraid?
Well, yeah, actually kind of like that, but better or worse?
So
I don't know, it's kind of hard.
kind of feeling.
Yeah, listen. I was hoping you'd like to go somewhere and discuss this that isn't here.
Sure.
What is it?
Harder to see in the dark, that one.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I mean, everything's harder to see in the dark.
Oh, true. I mean, you like Jakin, right?
Sure. I'm glad we didn't hurt him anyway.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't wish him any harm.
Of course, or to deprive him of any basic human rights or services.
Certainly not. But still, have you ever noticed that even in the light, he doesn't look like you or I?
Ah, yes, I have noticed this. Well, in fairness, neither do we. Look like one another. And Jakin and I don't look like you, and you and Jakin don't look like me. Basically, we all look like different people.
True, very true. But I mean more around this area.
Sorry, I can't see. It's too dark. Honestly, you're kind of hard to see in the dark, too.
It's my skin. I'm pointing to all of my skin and my face.
Oh, I see. Yes. And I remember from the past, well, I don't remember, but I have this feeling that traditionally or historically that people looking different from one another, that's not good.
And it's not just me.
No. But still, he came off that boat with the rest of us, didn't he? At least I think he did. I mean, it's so long ago now that I can hardly remember, but yes, all of us that are on this island came off of the same boat.
Of course. I'm not suggesting anything rash.
No.
But what if, just to be safe, we redrew the district line to exclude the 5th Hut?
Interesting. And this line, would it be like an actual line we drew?
You think it should be something more?
I mean, if necessary.
What do you suggest?
I don't know. Something taller?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi, okay, so good news. Jakin and I went down to the beach and discovered that, yes, there is indeed at least one new feeling.
Yeah, and several more if you,
I'll bet.
Yeah, good for you. Listen, Jakin, we need to have a committee meeting.
Oh, okay. Should I go get my ceremonial head shell?
Well, the thing is, we've decided that from now on, some committee meetings might be ones
where everyone has the same color skin.
Oh, how come?
Lots of reasons, but we talked it over and we decided that at the very least, we're glad we didn't do anything that isn't currently legal to you earlier.
I don't know. Well, we're at least going to have a vote before we discuss anything, right?
Of course.
Right, because I remember before people excluding other people because they were different, that didn't exactly go over well.
We want to redistrict Jakin.
What? Why?
Well, we just think it would be a good idea.
Give me one reason.
Safety?
What? That's ridiculous.
Are you saying you don't think safety is important?
How is he unsafe?
He is just potentially a safety threat.
Anyone is potentially a safety threat.
But who's a bigger safety threat than the person who just got excluded from a committee meeting so that others could discuss whether or not he should be redistricted? Think of the humiliation.
He's probably plotting against us right now.
Well, we plot against him.
Exactly.
We're not redistricting my boyfriend.
You'll still be able to see each other.
Probably better if you don't.
True.
Look, the important thing is the people who look like us are against the people who look like Jakin.
Who are all also Jakin.
Right, but it's not personal.
Of course. we don't want to jump to any conclusions. Tomorrow we'll put it to a vote.
Well, let me ask you this. How many votes do we need to not have a vote?
I don't know. That sounds like a question for the captain.
The captain.
Captain.
Well, that's not exactly. I mean, how do you want to, ask him?
You know what? I think we all accidentally went a few days without sleeping again. Why don't we all hit the sack and see how this looks in the other time?
The light time?
That's the one.
Maybe. Yes. Yes. Why don't we all get a little sleep?
Good idea.
Yeah, good idea. We'll take another hit and then we'll go to sleep.
Naturally. Of course we're going to take another hit. We're not going to do anything without taking another hit. Oh.
Are you sure we should be doing this without the others?
Look, of course I'm sure. Just be quiet.
Why?
Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just a regular old cave.
Yeah, I mean, why does the captain live secluded in this ratty old cave anyway?
He said something about us all being a bunch of...
Right, brain-dead psychopaths who he never wanted to see again as long as he lived.
Yeah. Oh! Ahoy, Captain!
At your command, sir!
Captain, sir, we bring news from your people. It seems that some of the villagers in your tribe are not bad, but
we have this feeling that
they, or him, to be precise, is bad.
Yeah, at one point he mentioned having a feeling, which seemed odd.
Right, and we also have reason to suspect he's responsible for most, if not all, bad things that happen on this island.
Allegedly.
Yes, alleged by us.
Right.
And forthwith, we request executive powers to remedy the situation by democratic means.
Well, non-democratic, really.
Right. To recap, we assume and are sure that some villagers or villager in your tribe is bad and request immediate and absolute authority to deal with the threat either by democratic or non-democratic means, as the situation dictates.
Or whether we decide it does.
Right.
What'd he say?
You didn't hear him? No? I didn't hear him either.
I mean, maybe he's asleep?
You think?
Or dead?
What do you mean he's dead?
I mean, he is a skeleton.
You think so?
Well, think about it. How many souls live on the island?
Well, there's you and me and the rest of the third hut.
Not a lot, right? Now, how many skeletons have we dug up since we've been here?
Gotta be hundreds.
Right. So any way you slice it, we are far outnumbered by skeletons. And furthermore, if you take into account how many people have lived against how many are currently alive, most people in the world are currently skeletons.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying the odds are pretty good he's a skeleton.
Okay, fair
Certainly
point.
shouldn't dismiss it anyhow.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So should we get him up?
No, are you crazy? Have you no respect?
Well, how respectful is it to leave him in an old cave? I mean, look at him. All bony and alone.
Well, let's do something. This cave is creepy.
Yeah, it's killing my buzz.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
Ahoy, we were going down to get some Plexico and then go watch the giant sky orb.
Far out. I've been digging watching these flames.
Oh, I've done that one. Wait, these flames, is there something wrong with them?
Yeah, usually flames are like lizard colored or that of the 5-leaved flowers. What octane you burning?
None. Pure plank.
You're burning planks?
I noticed that when I'd been standing around the ever-lighted flame, I would sometimes, get dizzy. even fall over sleeping, but burning planks doesn't make me feel like that at all. And the smell, it's even better, even more pure than the smell of burning Plexico. No.
Good one.
No, it's true. And I'm starting to remember things.
Remember things? Like things from more than just a few days ago?
All kinds of things. Like, even before we came here, how people were always looking up and ahoying something waving in the sky.
Oh, like a plank?
Well, like a plank, but it moved gently in the wind, and it was just beautiful and colorful and bright, and I want to cry just thinking about it,
Look, you better be quiet. Oh, if the others catch you burning planks.
What?
Well, certainly nothing good.
And there's more, though, from when we first came here. We came aground over there in Barge Bay.
Well, yes, that's why they call it Barge Bay. It has a great big barge in it.
I know, but after, when we got down on the beach, how lush and beautiful, but terrifying it all was, and we rolled down a barrel of Plexico from the ship and opened it. We all took turns smelling it, and we felt a little better about everything. Then all these months and years went by. So many we lost track, even with the nudie calendar, and we stopped missing our old lives, our families, our provinces, and municipal districts because we were so high.
Someone's coming!
What? Where?
From the haunted jungle!
It looks like a skeleton.
What? That's ridiculous.
Come on, skeletons with a pirate hat, definitely ghost pirates.
Oh,
Oh!
it's just Nico and Fawn.
Why are they with a ghost pirate?
That, Jakin, is a very good question.
What are you doing out this time of night?
We could ask you the same question.
Well, are you?
Am I what?
Asking me the same question.
The same question as what?
I asked you what you were doing, then you said suspiciously I could ask you the same question.
Oh, what about you carrying a skeleton?
I imagine so.
Seems odd is all.
Not any more than anything else.
Hey, that fire doesn't look quite right.
Yeah, it doesn't smell quite right either. Are you? The planks!
No, let's not overreact. In Annette's defense, she did just give a very rousing monologue in favor of burning planks over gas.
Very rousing, was it? About burning planks, the very foundation of our civilization.
How can it be the foundation if we hang them in the air?
I mean symbolically.
Well, still, and maybe this isn't the right forum, but maybe we should consider hanging them lower to prevent any confusion.
You're the only one that's confused.
No, I've been wondering about that too.
When we came here, how many barrels of Plexico did we have?
30,050.
And how many planks?
206.
That's right. And the Plexico was good. We burned it, and it kept us warm. As it leached from the ship's hull, it cleared our shores of ocean life, allowing us a place to swim and recreate, and its calming fumes giving us comfort amid a bleak and uncertain future. But the planks represent what is best in each of us.
Because they're rigid and do not bend?
Because they're taught like our backs in the face of hardship and adversity.
No, yes. It represents us. Not everything that symbolizes something else actually represents the thing that it symbolizes.
Then why is it called a symbol?
Because it was decided.
By whom?
The captain.
The captain.
Captain.
Yes. In fact, we were just leaving his dwelling. At the very moment we came upon this display of barbarism.
You were just leaving his dwelling.
Yes.
Yes.
With a skeleton.
Yes.
Wearing the captain's clothes.
Yes.
Yes.
And what did the captain say?
Any number of things.
Regarding?
The nature of society, on this island vis-a-vis the laws that govern man both at times of peace and war in strict accordance with any and or all statutes of maritime law.
I see. And how is this enforced?
Well, if certain factions within the nation, province, or district are found to be remiss in their ability to carry out these tasks, they can or will be subjected to certain censures, ranging from reasonable to punitive.
He said all that, did he?
As a matter of fact, yeah.
I see. And can you enlighten us as to the precepts so as none of us are to be found in violation?
Certainly. Precept 1, no citizen shall engage in relations outside of one nation, province, district, or hut. Number 2.
No citizen shall take part in the defacement of any municipal buildings, lands, or items deemed symbolically or functionally relevant to our way of life.
Come on!
We're not finished! Number 3.
No citizen shall take or ingest berries from the shaded area.
What? Why?
Well, they give one a bit of a tummy ache, don't they?
Of course they do. That's how the demon gets his nutrients.
What's this all about? Anyhow, captain's orders.
Wait, how do we know you even spoke to the captain? In fact, how do we know you didn't go up there, seize power for yourselves, take the captain's clothes and put them on this skeleton?
Or worse, how do we know you didn't go up there, kill the captain, take off his skin, and put his clothes back on?
No, he was dead when we got there. We swear, you have to believe us.
What? This is an outrage. I refuse to share a hut with you.
Come on.
But we're redistricting the 5th hut, remember?
Be gone before you get redistricted yourselves. Come on.
Where to?
Like you.
The 5th hut.
The captain is dead. He wasn't a good captain, or even a good man. He wasn't just, or kind, or pleasant, or noble, or...
But
what?
Well, usually when one begins a speech with a lot of negative conjecture, they eventually say but.
Oh, yes. But there's no way we'd be shipwrecked in this hellish wasteland, cast away from everyone who ever loved or cared about us, without our captain. Homer Theodore Rooney loved 2 things. First, the Plexico Oil Company, subsidiary of the Pan Pacific Oil and Transport Corporation, and second, gin. It was indeed ironic that his love for the latter ultimately betrayed his loyalty to the former. When blackout drunk, Captain Rooney ran us ashore on this desolate rock. In a fury of rage and humiliation, he retreated into the caves of the holy mountain with the last of the ship's liquor and drinkable water. Ahoy, Captain Rooney. If not for all this, you would be gravely missed. I'll say aye.
Aye. All right, now what do we do with them?
Good question. Lay him in the trees over the hill?
Like an exile? Cold and alone?
Well, it's a tropical island.
Let's leave him out on the beach, in plain sight to all, his bones gradually pulled apart by the water birds and carried high into the open seas.
Are you kidding? That's pure savagery.
Well, what would you have us do?
I don't know. Bury him in a hole? Well, it's not like he's going to be down there thinking, oh, I wish they hadn't buried me in this hole. He's dead.
Oh.
What do you keep gasping at? Am I the only one who's grasping what's happening here? That's a skeleton. He isn't, nor does he represent, nor does he in any practical sense have anything to do with the captain, whom I may point out was a meanly drunken buffoon.
Maybe we should put him up in a tree?
What I want to know is, who's going to be the new captain?
Oh, here.
Well, I, for one, think that we're pretty well without the current captain. I mean, we were doing pretty well before when he was up in the cave. And then after, when he was dead in the cave, well, we were doing pretty well then.
Wait, that's what you want in a leader? An empty suit?
Well, he's more effective now than when he was alive.
That's true. That's true. A lot of bad can come from trying to accomplish things.
Yeah, and besides, things could be a lot worse.
Really? How? The days are too hot.
Yep.
The nights, they're too cold. The ground creatures, too quick.
Uh-huh.
The sea creatures, they're too slippery.
Yep, and air creatures.
Too bony.
Can't eat them.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
And thirsty. Can't drink the water.
It's too salty.
Bottom line is, I'm hot. I'm hungry. And what was that last one?
Salty.
Yeah. And I don't see the rest of you doing anything about it.
I see. And exactly who might the person be who can alleviate these concerns?
What about the first mate?
Dead.
Dead.
Second mate?
Dead.
Dead.
A lot of people had died, huh?
Yeah, they really have.
Chief petty officer?
Dead.
Dead.
Regular petty officer?
Oh, dead.
Any officers?
I was in charge of... Actually, I don't remember.
Does anyone who's not dead remember what they did on the boat?
Hey, what if we had a system wherein we decide who should be the next captain?
Like a fight?
No.
Well, could there be arguing at least?
Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's not bad. Would the demon get a vote?
Excuse me?
Balthazar, the demon who lives inside of me and feasts on the berries from the shaded area.
No, your tummy ache does not get a vote.
What did you say?
I said, are we really acknowledging this?
That's it. I challenge you to a fight to the death.
Oh, no. Remember?
Right. I challenge you to an argument to determine who will be the next captain.
Very well. You, me, sundown. We'll make it official.
I think it's a trap.
That's exactly why I have to go.
No, Xana.
Just let her go.
Dawn,
Xana.
didn't we have an...
Ominous and portentous meeting at sundown. Yep.
I thought so.
Oh, yeah. I was really looking forward to it, too, and then
Got high?
Yeah. Here, join me. You ever look out at all these falling hills of water and just
Wonder what's beyond?
want to stamp them all out?
Huh.
They mock us with their power.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh.
And every day they come and in tiny granulations claim small pieces of our nation for themselves. Bit by bit, they carry away millions upon millions of particles of our shoreline until there's nothing left.
Who's doing this?
I don't know. Let's call him Jude.
Huh?
Johnny? Jord?
Jord!
Yeah, Jord! Master of the waves, taker of the sands, what is your will?
What does Jord look like?
Well, he's slick and insoluble to the ocean's wetness, and clad in armor so as to smash the weapons of his adversaries.
Clad in armor. Do you think he's doing it?
What? Oh yeah. Well, he's probably definitely at least involved.
Yeah, look in his eyes. You can tell he knows.
You see? This is the stuff I'm talking about. Everyone up there is all in a tizzy about this and that, running out of potable water. Meanwhile, this guy's just walking up on shore, and we don't know what his deal is. We don't know what doom he could be the harbinger of.
Yes. If nothing else, this is something we must agree on. This turtle must be held accountable in the name of Jord.
God, disgusting. Oh. Stupid villagers, too afraid to help me drag the stupid skeleton through the stupid haunted jungle at night. And what's with this stupid turtle? Tied to a stupid pole? Oh my gosh.
We're not going to burn him to death, are we?
No, we're just going to singe him a little bit until he tells us what's really going on.
What the hell is this?
You haven't told her?
How would I have told her? I've been with you all night.
You're not supposed to be with him anyway. You're running against him for captain, remember?
This is bigger than that, Annette. This is bigger than all of us.
What?
Well, okay, this turtle, you tell her.
Okay, there's no time. Every moment we waste, Jord's power increases.
You're right. Jord hates this turtle.
Jord loves this turtle.
Wait, what?
Who's Jord?
I think you were explaining this a lot better before.
Dana, we are past the talking part of this process. We are in the next phase now. The fire phase. Very, very important phase.
He's like, okay, when something happens and you can't quite figure out why? Well, we think we know about this guy Jord who comes to take away the sand.
With the waves. Look, one thing's for sure. If we don't burn this turtle before sunup, something is going to happen.
Like what?
You really want to find out?
No, it's just that...
Now, are you going to help us burn the turtle at the stake or not?
I would, but I just realized it's Provincial Brush Fire Awareness Day, so can't.
What?
Brush Fire Awareness Day.
Am I the only one getting sick and tired of these Jord-forsaken holidays? Did you confirm this on the calendar?
The thing is, we won't actually know what month it is until at least next month.
See, this is exactly the reason I am running against you. It's always wait until next month. It is next month. Why don't we just pick a month in the calendar? We'll call it that month.
Wow, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Just arbitrarily decide what month it is.
Well, it's better than not knowing what month it is at all.
Hey, look, guys, it's an undecided villager.
What?
Where?
Come here, little guy. Oh my God.
Where's the what?
I don't remember.
Look, I don't remember why, but I'm mad.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm willing to bet I'm madder.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that, won't we?
Oh yeah, we'll see who's maddest.
Okay, then.
Okay.
How you doing? Hey, I like those cutoffs.
Whoa, keep your distance.
People, for too long our lives have been controlled by the senseless acts of a few cowardly men. But today, the demon inside of me, the honest and magnanimous human person inside of me, compels you to join in this new movement where every citizen is valued regardless of any aspects or attributes previously deemed inappropriate, where every citizen's opinion is valued regardless of how asinine, and where all freedoms are afforded to all citizens regardless of any consequences foreseen or unforeseen.
And do you think people really want to decide Having to get up each day and look out into the ceaseless void alone? Is that the kind of freedom you want? Or do you want the safety of knowing that every decision being made on your behalf is the correct one? Freedom is a prison!
Hey! What are you guys doing here anyway?
What? We have as much right to be here as you.
Check the sign-in sheet by the door.
Oh, we better go. What is it?
I'm just thinking of a good last word.
Oh, come on. We'll get him next time.
We'll get you next time.
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, really strong. Ooh.
Real quick, before we get started, did everyone get a chance to sign the sign-in sheet by the door?
All right, first item.
I'm sorry. I think there's still some people in the back who haven't had a chance to sign yet.
They signed it when they came in.
Oh,
All right.
No, this one's different. This is the one so we can remember what order everyone sat in. So later we can identify who said what and like validate that. And
Okay. Great. So, first item. For our campaign to be successful, we need to, 1, make sure that everyone feels included, and 2, make sure that anyone who isn't in favor of including everyone is
excluded.
Well, no, we can't have that.
Oh, I know. Ostracized from the community.
isn't ostracized the same thing as excluded?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. What it means is that they'll still be included, but they'll know we do not approve.
Okay, good. So raise your hand if you don't want to be ostracized. Okay, all right, good. Now raise your hand if you feel like everyone should be included. Are you sure? Do you want to be ostracized? All right, the system works.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have a new person who hasn't signed in yet.
Okay, moving on.
Oh, sorry. You actually forgot to fill out which hut you're from.
All right, moving on.
I have something to say.
Okay.
For too long, I have been asked to suppress my feelings on the demon.
Oh, come on, not this again.
Demon will not be ignored.
Citizens, please listen. You're not going to get elected if you keep talking about demons all the time.
Oh, I see. Get elected first, and then the exalted demon Balthazar shall reign.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna fill out some forms. If everyone could please check each box and return it to the campaign office no later than the end of the day.
What's this one?
It's just so we know where everyone lives.
You already know where everyone lives. There are only 5 huts.
But this one has a space for dietary restrictions in case we have a potluck.
We live on an island. There is only 3 things to eat.
Put me down for berries.
I think you've actually had enough of those.
What? Quit during the campaign? Are you crazy? You're fired.
What?
Oh, hey, maybe not fired. Just demoted. Skylar, you're promoted.
I really think the paperwork is my strong suit.
Okay. Everyone's the same thing they were.
Good decision. Great. So we need to determine a campaign slogan.
I just want to check. Is everyone getting a chance to speak?
People are speaking.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure everyone felt acknowledged.
Does everyone feel acknowledged? Huh? Okay, great, right. A campaign slogan. We need something inspiring.
Oh, how about violence on crime?
Oh, could we soften it a little?
How about dawn for non-believers?
Better.
What about a better hope?
Yeah, good, yeah.
Ooh, straw hats for everyone?
Like
any others?
bigger, more sand.
Okay, right, good. So great. It just can't be something quantifiable. It needs to be bold but non-committal.
How about it is almost tomorrow?
Okay. What does it mean?
Yeah, I'm not inspired. I'm confused.
Oh, but that's it. So the less it makes sense, the more intriguing it is, and the more we say it, the more inspiring it will become.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who did a doodle on the sign-in sheet?
Balthazar the Destroyer compels you to eat the fruit of sadness and drink the tears of joy.
I can't just doodle on this. I need this.
All right. Good meeting.
Okay, don't forget to sign out, please. Sign out.
I don't know about you all, but I'm outraged. I don't know about you all, but I'm outraged.
Yeah!
I'm
Insufferable?
insufferable.
Yeah!
About what?
About what?
Yeah, what do you mean? About what?
Yeah. Wait, seriously, Nico, what was I mad about?
Too hot, too cold, something too bony, something soft.
Look, the point is, I'm angry. And somebody's got to pay. Write that down.
Okay, why?
Because it sounds awesome.
Right? Someone's gotta pay.
And I want to have a cool thing we do when we walk into a room.
Oh, like the provincial flourish? Like something like...
No flourishes. It has to be something badass. And just...
Oh! Ouch!
Yeah, badass, right?
I don't know, it hurts.
Good. We've been too soft for too long. We're falling behind. We need things to get bad. So bad, we can't stand it. I'm talking famine, unrest, violence. Enough paradise. I've had it.
Okay, can I ask one question?
What?
Can we have uniforms?
What? No.
Or at least, like, armbands?
Anyway, no. Only I get a uniform. And another thing, I'm tired of having to pretend that the third hut isn't the best hut.
Yeah!
Some things are just better than other things.
Yeah!
Some people are just better than other people.
Yeah!
And better, these people need special exemptions so that they can continue to be better.
Yeah!
Yeah? Let's crush them.
Okay.
Okay, good meeting.
All citizens to their feet for the anthem.
Past 7 years now, out to sea. Drunken high, drunken high, drunken high, high, high. We spot a woman, and not a bad one. On an isle just off the port. That we came now, the captain's orders. Drunken high, drunken high, drunken high, high, high. Found not a woman, but a lonely loot can. Atop a well in scout palm tree. As for the tanker, it was too late. The noise she was making, as she was scraping on the rocks down underneath. Da 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 da.
Okay. All right. It is with great honor that I bring to order this transparent public forum to elect our new captain, for whom, if we still had a ship, the skies would clear and the waves would tremble beneath us. As circumstances dictate, will instead preside over this desolate speck amongst the merciless waves. And now for opening statements.
Sand. Sand is the only thing keeping us from sinking into the watery depths below. Sand is what we draw lines in to separate districts, without which there would be anarchy. I mean, imagine waking up one morning and not knowing what municipal district you lived in. Without sand, we'd literally still be in the bottom of the ocean right now. Sand is what this nation is built upon, and every day the evil Jord greedily takes of this precious substance right from beneath our noses. Sand! And, yeah, I'm finished.
You want me to say I'm not afraid of losing sand? I can't. Each day, the animals here want to eat you or suck your blood. Each day it is hot. Each day is a fever dream of fear and confusion. And the only solace in this miserable place is the love of a demon.
The demon? Come on. The people of this island have had enough of your religious zealotry shoved down their throats.
Zealotry? What's all this about a mystical creature trying to steal sand?
Hey, you were there. You saw it.
What I saw was a crazy man trying to string up and crucify a turtle.
And I would have done it too.
Well, you might find it interesting to know that the turtle had recently become the official amphibious reptile of New West Mistopia.
What?
Traitor! Sorry, got carried away.
Look, I mean, do we really need all of these national animals? I mean, a bird, a mammal, a reptile, plank day, anchor day, the anthem every morning with full choreography. When will we acknowledge that these are just empty gestures designed to distract us from doing Jord's bidding and our actual problems?
Never!
Yes!
What fails to acknowledge is that these things are the fabric of the cloth of meaning that hold our society together. If we don't acknowledge the things that make us exceptional, then we're just a bunch of heat-struck island dwellers living meaningless lives. But if we do, then we are a nation.
Woo! All right, citizens, cast your votes. The people have spoken, and on the 96th day of Sheila's month of year 7, we elect as the High Captain of New West Mistopia, Xana the Insipid of the Fifth Hut. May her be great or uneventful. Is she all right?
Not really.
Question. Were we supposed to cast our votes at the candidate we wanted to win or the other one?
Oh, okay. How many of you were trying to vote for Xana? Okay, and how many of you were trying to vote for Thon? Okay, and how many would change your vote if she was in a coma? Well, it's enough. Anything. Okay. Then the people have, I don't know.
Relented. You relented.
Cooperated?
No, succumbed.
Thank you. And on the 96th day of Sheila's month of year 7, we elect Thon the Insufferable of the Third Hut, High Captain of New West Mistopia. May his reign be... Let us endure. Yeah.
Speech? All right. It isn't every day that the villager with the highest rank, the most esteemed upbringing, and the most advantageous racial and genetic makeup wins. And yet, here we are. Gone are the days of hopes so high they weren't worth reaching for, and platitudes that provoke new desires, and ideals about peaceful coexistence which were naive at best. It's time to get back to our roots. Fear of the unknown, mistrust of your fellow villagers, and of course, our friends, grade A Plexico from our friends at Plexico to calm our minds and curb our enthusiasm. I thank you to everyone who supported me. Love you, and to everyone else, you're gonna pay. Hear ye, hear ye. It is my duty as captain to inform you that on the night of New Westopia's first and also best ever inauguration night ever, a band of radicalized pirates invaded and set fire to our Plexico reserves, putting on an awesome yet costly celebration attack.
Was it a celebration or was it an attack?
Yeah, you sent out invitations for inauguration and promised huge explosions.
Correct.
And there were huge explosions.
Yeah.
So these ones were...
Unrelated.
Yes, unrelated explosions that drowned out the sound of our planned explosions, even though ours were louder and more impressively understated.
Yeah, but...
Okay, moving on. We still need more large stones carried from that end of the beach over there, because I just think they should all be at a pile.
Excuse me, Captain. What are we going to do without gas?
Oh, yeah, good question.
Jakin, the guy who racist attacks against were the entire basis of your campaign.
Yeah, yes, thank you for your inspiration. That reminds me, Nico, send a birdiegram to Exile.
Hey, we can still hear you openly plotting.
Oh, yeah, sorry, bad habit. As for the
gas, the only thing that makes life tolerable in this hellish wasteland?
Well, luckily, due to the brave and timely actions of a few heroic and consequently badly burned villagers, several of the barrels of Plexico were salvaged and will be used by me for whatever purpose I see fit as captain.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you expect us to come out here every morning at dawn and do this sober?
I expect you to do damn well what you're told. I mean, Plexico market will be set up where a citizen may buy an amount proportionate with the amount of something that they have to spend. And this will be part of a larger, more complicated and arcane system called capitalism. Capitalism.
Why did you call
Because
it that?
it's a great idea. A capital idea come up with by me, the captain. Any other questions?
Yes, Captain.
Citizen,
I don't feel good.
that's not a question.
Why don't I feel good?
Yeah, I'm not feeling too good either. I think it's because I haven't had any gas today.
Yes, that's it.
No, it's because of, what's the thing that, yes, scurvy. Must be from the pirates who blew up the fuel stocks. Man, I hate them. Arr. Now that you mention it, I'm not feeling super great either.
He's got scurvy.
Well, get him.
No, I might be contagious.
Oh, get away from him.
Well, I'll just do what he says.
All right.
That was close. Come on, let's go have some gas.
Yes, I am not trying to get scurvy.
Oh, me either.
Hey! I am digging here.
Well, you are a digger, aren't you?
Yes?
Well, I'm a filler, and it's my job to fill.
Do it somewhere else.
How dare you speak to a filler that way? Keep it up, and I'll have you exiled along with that
That what?
person we're not against, but felt best it was to exile to Pirate Point. Which may or may not be infested with pirates.
This is my hole. There are plenty of other holes to fill, but this is my hole.
The captain said to fill this entire beach.
The captain? You mean the one who just happens to not be in a coma?
Did someone say the Supreme Commodore not currently in a coma? Are you a digger or a filler, citizen?
A digger?
Well, shouldn't you be
Sir.
digging?
She refuses, sir.
Well, the thing is, I've been digging the same hole each day, and each night just gets filled back in again.
Yeah, and?
So I failed to see the point of digging when by night it's just to be filled back in again.
You fail to see the reason. We're in a war here. There is no reason.
Against who again?
Against George, sir?
Yes, against Jord. Each day, we must shovel sand into the sea to expand our coastline and presence in the region. And in turn, each evening, we must shovel the sand back from the sea into the holes, lest Jord and his legion of undead buccaneers should steal these precious pieces of our land into the sea's watery depths.
Yeah. I forgot.
I don't quite care for your tone, citizen. In fact, yes, I'm exiling you to Pirate Point. Don't worry, it's just a name. From now on, I want all the diggers digging during the day and filling during the night. And I want all the fillers filling during the day and digging during the night. And furthermore, I want all the diggers filling during the day and digging during the night. I want everyone digging and filling. Is that too much to ask? This government has 3 functions: digging, filling, and selling arms to pirates.
Wait, what?
Ooh, whoops, I wasn't supposed to say that last part out loud. Didn't I exile you?
Fine. You can exile me. You can exile all of us. But just remember, how slight were the winds that carried you to power, and how quickly they can change.
George's controlling the winds now, is he?
Sir? Sir, I think she was just saying that for dramatic effect.
You think so? Maybe you're right. You know, sometimes I find myself questioning George's existence.
Sir?
What?
Sir, what's this all about selling weapons to pirates?
What's that?
Selling weapons to pirates, sir.
Oh, yeah, there were a bunch of weapons in a secret compartment off the captain's stateroom. Apparently, he had a side thing going on. And I've been selling them to a pirate on Pirate Point.
I thought there weren't actually any pirates on Pirate Point. Pirate Point!
Look, there's not a lot of pirates. Not a lot of pirates. There's just one pirate.
And what does he give you in return?
You know, I was pondering our little fuel crisis the other day in a clearing by the bush when all of a sudden a little voice spoke to me and told me the answer to all of our problems.
Yes.
Gold.
What?
Gold.
No, I heard you. I'm saying what? As in, like, what do you need gold for on a desert island?
Because it's cool.
Yeah, okay. It's pretty cool, I guess.
And who is often known to trade in large quantities of gold?
I know you're going to say pirates.
Yes, of course, pirates. And who should I happen to meet after I came across this inspiration?
But how does this, like,
Just
add up?
say pirates.
Pirates.
Come on. I'll take you with me.
So where's this pirate anyway? That's not a pirate, that's a bush.
Who approaches Admiral Green Shrub?
It's okay. Ahoy, Admiral.
Hi. I mean, ahoy, you sons of biscuit eaters!
And a good day to you, you barnacle-bottomed buccaneer.
Take your lot's business.
Sir Greenshrub, we come bearing arms.
Very well. Leave them at me roots. And now, me boy, kneel before me.
What's that?
It's gold.
What?
It's gold.
No, it's not.
Well, it's gold colored.
It's gold!
It's gold! Look, I have a gold arm and a gold foot and a bunch of other gold parts. I'm almost all gold. Do you know what the price of becoming all gold is on the open market?
Why do you want to be gold?
Because I want to be feared and I want to be envied and I want to be shiny. Okay?
Okay.
Just thought we'd been over this.
Wait, you?
You?
Exile?
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. What did you get exiled for?
Treason.
Ah,
And you?
I was just tired of digging those stupid holes. And treason.
Yeah, that's great.
Wait, why?
Are you kidding? It's wonderful on this side. You can go wherever you want, eat whatever you want, get high however you want. You don't have to dig big holes and...
Wait, did you hear that?
What?
I don't know. This place gives me the creeps.
Really? Why?
Well, for starters, it's called Pirates Point.
State your lot's business! Oh. Oh, it's you guys. Hey.
Bacon? You're the pirate?
Oh, well, I mean, if you consider dealing with quality goods at rock bottom prices piracy, then yeah, I guess I am.
Well, you are wearing a pirate hat.
Oh, this. I found a whole case of them. Look.
I survived Washout Waterfark, Fort Lauderdale, FL.
Water park?
It says Fark.
Look, regardless, do you know how much intimidation I've been able to inspire with just one novelty hat? Now imagine if we were all an army, all wearing novelty hats.
Where did you get all these?
Oh, all right. So you know how after every time we hear the sky machines above, there's always that loud thunk sound?
I have noticed this. In fact, I heard it this evening.
It's the sound of a crate being dropped on the far end of the island.
Full of pirate hats?
Full of all kinds of stuff. Here, check this stuff out.
Ooh, not bad.
Now with beta chlorosis for a blindingly bright shine.
I mean, careful, don't inhale too much. I've noticed some slight...
Blindness?
Yeah, but only in one eye. But don't worry, I've got novelty eye patches too.
Jakin, did it ever occur to you that all these things might be
junk?
Or just maybe it's stuff that other people didn't want?
This isn't junk. Do you know how many weapons I've been able to fleece off Thon with just that one can?
You mean Thon? Thon?
Yes.
That's what exiled us.
Yeah. Look, I've been wondering, what would it take to overthrow Thon without any bloodshed?
What?
Weapons! I've been trading him for his own weapons, and I almost have enough to overthrow him, ensuring a peaceful transference of power. Everything's gonna be okay. Come with me.
Woo! You were right about the gold.
Did I tell you?
Oh, it's the best.
Stick with me, man.
But sir, have you noticed any slight loss of vision?
Just a little bit. Only in one eye, though. Still got the other one.
Well, I mean, that's all you need. You know, I've been wondering, how many weapons do you think it would take to purchase our own canister of gold? Then we could,
Make anything we wanted gold.
Exactly.
Yes. All that is not gold must become gold. And all that is already gold must become golder.
Great. But sir, do you think we should be...
Oh, discussing our plans in front of the still alive body of my principal political adversary?
In fact, why did we leave her out like this?
But to remind our enemies of the cost of...
Attempting to gain power through democratic means, not accounting for an inherent flaw of the system that should have been remedied years ago and will doom our nation to generations of inept leadership and threaten to unravel all we've accomplished?
Yes?
She should have seen it coming.
And speaking of our enemies, all the diggers on the West Beach, exile them. We need to amass more enemies.
Okay, sir, but might I ask why?
Well, what's more dangerous, an enemy in exile or one in our midst?
Our midst?
Our midst, it means generally nearby, adjacent.
Nestled.
No, embedded among us, or one giant force of darkness with spite in their hearts and rage in their hands.
And what's the advantage to that?
Well, we'll know about them, won't we?
But
enough. Exile all the diggers from the West Beach and send a water bird to Admiral Greenshrub. The captain has spoken.
Very well, sir.
This it doesn't feel too piratey. Arr.
What did ye expect, Arr?
I don't know. Scepters, doubloons, peeing off the side of the ship.
What ship?
See? That's exactly my point. How can we be pirates with no ship?
You all be quiet! Look, first we need weapons. Then we'll overthrow Thon, and then we'll commandeer a ship.
I thought an admiral commands multiple ships.
All right, we'll commandeer multiple ships. Look, we'll discuss this later. Everyone just shut up.
Ahoy, Sir Greenshrub.
Ahoy! Have ye brought what I have asked?
Are you sure we should be doing this? I count a multitude of bushes.
Are you sure? I count only half a multitude at best. What's to say some of them aren't just regular bushes?
With pirate hats on top?
I fail to see how that's relevant. Look, do you want to get the gold or not?
Well,
Indeed, we have brought what ye desires. However, for this request, we require an entire container of gold.
very well. Arr.
Oh.
So what happens now?
Get him!
From the shaded area.
The demon lives! Jacob?
Xana.
Demon?
No, I no longer feel its presence. In fact, I feel sober.
It doesn't matter. Something wonderful has happened. Come with me. Look!
Xana! Tell us, what shall we do with them?
Torture.
Humiliation.
Why don't you just kill us, these pointless excuses for pirates?
Wait, nothing should be done without consulting the committee on this type of issue.
What issue is this anyhow?
Yeah, come on, we're way beyond committees. I say we make them fill all the holes on the West Beach using only their teeth.
Oh yeah, there's not a
What did that accomplish? That's even worse than what they had us do.
That's how revenge works. When someone does something bad to you, you do something worse back to them. And so on and so forth.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
This is the United States Agency for International Development. Prepare to be assisted.
You're lucky we found you. We were just passing over, about to drop this crate of 2016 Cleveland Indian World Series champion T-shirts, and saw that you were having yourselves a little military coup down here.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Well, ma'am, we're tasked with patrolling this general vicinity and looking for societies in a state of discord. And if so, they get an aid package. So, for example, today, like my colleague just stated, we're providing T-shirts.
Well, first, we come down through the Bahamas. That's Grand Bahama.
T-shirts.
Little Bahama.
No T-shirts.
Baby Bahama.
T-shirts.
Kind of Bahama by Bahama basis. Then we're over Cuba.
No T-shirts.
Political reasons. Then Haiti.
T-shirts.
The Dominican Republic.
T-shirts.
Big baseball fans down there. Quick flyover by the Puerto Rico.
No reason to stop there.
And somewhere off the Trinidadian or Tobagan coast, we come across you.
Yeah, T-shirts. Hey, thing is though, don't you think these guys look a little different than usual?
Yeah. No, you're right. Y'all are some white folks.
They've actually made it pretty clear that I'm not.
I'm gold.
Well, not just white Americans, the best kind. In America, we value all races, nationalities, religions, all types of LGB.
Nah, I'm not falling for
get-
that one again. Come on now.
Hey, you don't think this is them crew that disappeared off that petroleum barge, do you?
Well, they do smell like gas.
That would explain the grounded barge on the north side of the island, wouldn't it?
That wasn't a big enough hint for you guys.
Well, the thing is the shipping industry isn't necessarily required to clean up any debris that is jettisoned during travel.
Including an entire ship?
Ma'am, it is not our job to determine exactly what refuse should or should not be in the ocean.
The sign wasn't enough?
What sign? Rave bus.
No, hold on. I think it says tase Gus? Who's Gus?
No one. It says save us. Us, as in us.
I warned you about moving that exclamation point.
Are you serious? The entire thing is covered in sand. Whose fault do you think that might be? You're getting ridiculous now. I mean, seriously.
We're in the middle of something here.
Yeah.
Can we please get on with the humiliation? I didn't get sent to the other side of the island, dress up like a damn bush pirate, only to then come back over here and not do something really messed up to these guys.
They still deserve a fair trial. I'm sorry.
For what? We can do it right now. Raise your hand if you were forced into slave labor to endlessly shovel sand day and night, and then were then banished to the other side of the island.
Excuse me, we have orders to rescue any and all Caucasians from harm, so
I'm sorry,
if you don't mind.
Your island? Huh? No, it's not. It's our island.
Oh, well, actually, the United States considers all island land masses discovered or undiscovered in the general vicinity to be within its borders.
I'm sorry, the United what?
States. Your vessel's country of origin, your home.
Who are you?
The rightful leader of this nation, assuming we are going forward with the whole revolution idea. Then I must tell you, my people, these men are correct. A very long time ago, we did indeed come from the States, they tell us. And now, baked and hardened by the merciless summer of this place, you must indeed think us uncivilized. But know that you have landed in the cauldron of a new nation's birth. If we are, as you say, descendants of a common mother, then you must too accept that not all children are to be pacified by the same milk. The child who stays by its mother's side loves her no more or better than the one who seeks to tend its own flock and to mind the oceans with the same care you mind the land. Our paths have gone too far from one another. One straight and one twisting and savage. They can no longer be fused. And while we might seem feral now, know that one day, just as our nation might become civilized by the light of some flame, yours might descend again into darkness, and we may meet again in different soils, in different times, and it may be you who seems uncivilized to us. So now we must ask you to take your leave, brothers. For while we are of the same homeland, the time has come for us to stand apart and to put our mark to our own continent, be it with blood if it must. No matter the risk, we must have our chance at freedom.
You ever get one of these before?
Man, she's high on something.
Actually, she's pretty well sober. I mean, don't get me wrong, the rest of us are high as lumens.
Ooh, I am flying.
I'm sorry, we can't allow you to interfere with our protocol.
Whoa, all right, but you can expect a response.
I don't doubt it. Do not despair. Whatever becomes of us, it will be as a free people who made this untamable land their home. In whatever end we go to, let it be known that we were here and have left an imprint of civilization. It may be dark now, but soon the embers of a new day will come peeking over Pirate Point, creep across Barge Bay, and smile on the lands of our young nation. Concede none of your hope to the darkness, citizens, for it is almost tomorrow.
We hope you enjoyed our surreal little show. If you have any additional questions, please pop them down into the chat now. We're going to take 5 minutes for an intermission and be back with the cast and the creative team for the Q&A. Please join us, take a hot break, and we'll see you in a second. Welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around. Here we go. So I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the cast and the creative team. If you guys could give a little wink or a wave when I call your name so that everyone can put faces to the name. Oh, two shakes. We're having some technical difficulties with some of the people. All right, I'll go ahead and get started. First up, we've got Nathan Reeder. Next is Chris McCreary. Sarah Brown. Trey Plutnicki. Allie Callahan. Jonathan Nathaniel B. Dingle L. Mike Miyaka. And Kat Greenfield. Our director, Giovande Jones. And finally, our writer, Joe Jatko. And I am April J. Barber, and I am your moderator. All right, is everybody in? There we all are. Yay! Look at all the smiling faces. Well done, you guys, once again. So we'll start light this time. Again, if you're in the audience and you've got questions or comments, please pop them into the chat and we'll get to them. So we'll begin a little light this time. We'll start with how has performing virtually affected your preparation?
Interesting. I'll answer if no one else wants to take it. I think it's a lot. I think one of the big things which I didn't expect was eye lines. Eye lines are one of the biggest things in the rehearsal process that we were kind of working on, like whether something was this way, whether something was that way, whether something was to the camera, how close to the camera you're getting. It's kind of like you're operating on like a weird TV film theater sort of hybrid, like whether or not somebody's to my left or to my right. I know did I just completely switch that? Yeah, whatever. So I think that was the biggest thing for me, and I think a few of my castmates have the same feeling about that.
Any others? No, I get it. You all did really well. There wasn't a time where I felt like you were, which is amazing, that you were looking in the wrong direction. It was always, you remember, well, I might be aging myself, but like the Brady Bunch, where they're always looking. Yeah, exactly. No, it was really good. Well done. Okay, I'll shoot out another one. Anyone else want to share any challenges with virtual performances?
For me, making the space make sense because, like, I'm in my bedroom, so I had to, how do I get this high enough? How do I keep things out of the frame? And what if the frame gets this big, or I have to sit on the floor? There is now spike tape on my floor, so that's an adventure. But yeah, trying to navigate the space and decide how best to use it and to stay within this amount of space to do everything was challenging, interesting, and good.
Well done. No, it was good. And then the floor, you had that challenge of being on the floor.
Yeah, and how do you stop?
And then getting up. Very good. Hey, Giovande, thank you for joining us.
Hi,
our
thank
director
you.
there.
Hi.
I missed Ricky last time. We're not as adept at this system yet as the cast is.
Yes.
What's that?
Yes.
Oh, I think the cast is always on their marks, but Giovanni and I are always late on our entrances, or one of the other of us.
That's
okay. Tomorrow, but we'll both.
All right. First question out there. What does it mean to you to be doing a play like this now in the time that we are with all that's happening? Don't make me call on you individually. I'll call on one of you.
I think that right now, we have a great responsibility to really try to leave people thinking and really considering where we are presently and how this mirrors that, both in the funny ways and the really not funny ways. So yeah, I think like we have a responsibility to kind of just mirror back to society what is currently happening, so that way we can have a long, hard look at ourselves.
Yeah, you can definitely be serious in satire.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I also feel like there's just so much anxiety, like with everyone right now. Everyone's really carrying more anxiety than humans are really meant to day to day. And doing a play like this, I think, is almost a way to say, like, we'll hold it for you for an hour and a half.
Okay.
And it's not kind to the politics now. It's not comforting, but it is a way to say we're all kind of dealing with we're all dealing with it right now. I think sometimes it can feel so intense, and I know sometimes I'll be like, I feel such intense anxiety, and it's very isolating, and then you have to be like, oh, everyone in the country is feeling it. And this play, I don't know, sort of speaks to that.
Thank you. Mike, you had your hand up.
Oh, no, I was just wooting everybody with anxiety. It looked like a hand.
The hand count on that, yeah.
Well,
Like a level.
no, I think that it's definitely, I think these times ask us to reflect on the idea that everything is political. Everything always has been, and I think that sometimes we trick ourselves into thinking things aren't political sometimes. And I think that maybe these times help us strip that away. And it's nice to work on a piece that is aware that everything is political, while also possibly dealing with it the only way we know how, which is farce. Because that's what it all feels like sometimes.
I have a comment from Hello, I'm Duke. He asks, Gio, what inspired you to create this performance? So Gio is the director and Joe is our writer. I guess that's a twofer for the two of you.
Yeah, so I don't actually have to.
I didn't create it. Joe created it. Joe wrote it. But being a part of it and helping shape the performance that you saw today, this is an exciting play for me. When I read it, I got it. It's funny as hell. It's scary as hell because we're living through it, and the satire isn't missed in our current climate. So that excited me about it.
Joe?
Do you mind repeating? I heard Geo and I was like, okay, that's what to say. What could you repeat it?
Would you like to comment, Joe?
No,
what inspired
you restate the question?
Yeah, what inspired you to create this performance?
Well, I mean, initially it was just a little sanity medicine for myself. You know, I was just kind of, I mean, it was like, I remember the exact day because it was the 4th of July during the Republican debates, kind of when they had like a murderer's row of like 30 Republican debates, and Trump was up there like holding his hands out like to show how big his dick was. And I just turned off the TV. I went outside. It was a nice summer day, and I just kind of felt nothing, except frustration about being an American. And I don't want to feel that way about my country. And and it was just kind of a release of that. And I had been like randomly working on this previous project that involved a strange amount of knowledge of the shipping industry and barges, and so I just kind of started, write what you know, and it was an interesting, it kind of was and continues to be kind of a living document because I kind of followed the campaign from my like high, not actually high, but like this vantage point. Okay. And got to the end of the second act, and then I watched the election, and it wasn't what I was expecting to be writing about in the third act. And so, we got, history kind of continued to write it and kind of, we had some like jokes about scurvy, and continues to today, to and it's fun. It's every time we've done it, it's kind of evolved.
So it's been quite cathartic for you then.
Yeah, and even more so, I hope to share that, because it's been, it's just like I look at the last 4 years, and I have no idea what I would have done without this. This has kind of been like all I've done to just been like, this is what I'm doing. I've done other things in terms of like activism or whatever in my personal life, but just to feel like I have a platform and to just implant these little kind of seeds of hopefully happiness and joy when nobody's expecting it or wanting it necessarily. Feels pretty good, because we don't even know we need that release, like Sarah was saying, of the anxiety. Sometimes we just want to just dive back in and just watch the news all night, and sometimes you need to remember you're a human being too.
Sure, turn it all off sometimes. Samantha Thomas would like to know, what personal experience actors did you bring into the performance?
Well, I commented this yesterday in the other talkback. I really tried to just really focus on the fact that we're mirroring for myself personally Black experiences within this satirical environment, and trying to just be honest about that and true to that, and really touch on the fact that there are moments where we do, like I said before, reach out as a Black community and offer that olive branch, and offer that, can we all come together? Can we all, do this together? And then, there is that turn, that switch where you realize, those efforts are for naught, and you do focus on, revenge, on tipping the scales, on, getting them for how they gotten you, and so I just wanted to make sure that I was being honest about that. So that's my experience and what I brought to the role.
Thank you, Jonathan. Well said. Yep. Anyone else? What about do you find yourself having maybe a different point of view based on the character that you were playing?
I think Nico kind of faces the or serves as the Trump supporter in this, to Thon's Trump, and I hate how blissful I feel in Nico's ignorance. I hate how happy it makes me to feel so aloof and silly. Some philosopher, I'm sure, said to know is to be in pain, or to know is to suffer, or to feel is to suffer, or something like that. So I think the personal experience that I brought into it was I hate people like Nico, but there has to be some sort of there has to be some sort of doe-eyed sort of ignorance to bring into this. And I think in my daily life, my mother and my girlfriend always say that I have a doe-eyed ignorance about life. So I brought that here.
I feel very similarly. I feel a lot of times Skyly is the counterpoint to Nico, but I feel she's sort of the blind follower of, I guess in this play would be almost like Hillary Clinton. She's the white woman in the pussy hat taking a selfie at the Women's March, while in the play Jakin is the reason that they experience liberation at the end to the extent that they do. I mean, he's the mastermind, and then the moment Xana wakes up, Skyly is like, all right, Xana's in charge. You did the legwork, but it's Xana now, and I feel it's sort of a condemnation of blind following with any party, and needing to really think about who you're following, what they stand for, and who has really done the legwork in our society and in our world for the equality that we have, to the extent that we do have it.
Piggybacking off of that, the kind of Hillary concept, I kind of explored Xana through a lens of the good and bad attributes of the kinds of candidates who do make it to the end. They're not perfect. They're not who we wanted. They're not necessarily the people who did the work. But, you know, having to play that character, if I tried to find within Xana the truth of her wanting things to be better and good, and exploring the idea of like both stepping back from that as a human being and going like, no matter what happens on the 3rd and the 4th and whenever ballots are counted, like no matter what happens, we have to keep fighting.
Okay.
And we have to keep aspiring to have leaders who are better and better and better and better, and who we can stand behind and say like, they may not be perfect, but they are actually the best choice. You know, like I want to choose them. But I did see in Xana like a lot of mistakes and a lot of bad behavior and a lot of like not terrific points of view. But that didn't mean her heart wasn't in the right place. And I wanted to give truth to that too, and honesty to that, and acknowledge the fact that like we are all works in progress. And you can't as an actor play someone's flaws without acknowledging their positive attributes and working toward living that, because we all hopefully work toward living our best selves.
Right, right. There's certainly several dimensions to your character. No, you're right. Very good.
Great job.
I've been thinking about that scene quite a bit in the last 48 hours, and because it kind of jogged my memory that originally that stuff was kind of written in advance, because this is like, I kind of worked it backwards, like this is what I really want to say about this play, and then kind of wrote the beginning. And that monologue was kind of for somebody like a different one of the characters originally in the like Hillary losing world, because I was very, the point of view of the play began as these two very imperfect candidates, and I was kind of prepared to equally skewer, and even though, it's weird, even though it wasn't, politically aligned with Hillary, I did feel that was an injustice kind of carried out. It's been carried out twice in my lifetime with, with Gore and Bush as well. And, we had these like two just like pretty intense presidents with some pretty intense ideas about our country come to power without actually being elected in my lifetime alone. And I wanted to like give that a little bit of thought and just kind of not forget about Hillary and not forget about the Electoral College, which is like such a, just feels like millenniums ago, now that we've been through so much since. And I've been thinking about, who gets to write that oral history at the end, right? Like the winners write the history, right? And like, should everybody on the, just as we develop this in the future, should everybody on stage, hopefully not just always on stream, but should they each get a line of that to like exemplify how we each have a stake in it, and why, is that I don't know, it's an imperfect concept, but I hope that she's speaking, and that's why it's so serious and everything else is so funny. I hope that she's speaking for everybody, and that this is the time we all kind of listen and like just check in with what we all kind of can relate to about that and about our country. But he never really thought of me like, like who was going to say it. I hope that it's it's a kind of a document for us to all kind of like, if nothing else, we can agree that we should just be here. And we shouldn't like be a colonial state anymore. If we can just agree on freedom and that we want to be here and that everyone should have the right to be free, and there,
Start simply. So, hello, I'm Duke. As another comment for the actors, what were your personal struggles doing during this play? I think that's what that means. What were your personal struggles, perhaps?
I struggled with the weird mix between stage and screen. Because when you're acting on camera, traditionally for film or TV, your energy is very small. But we're not doing film and TV, we're doing a play, but we are doing it. on a very small lens, and where not much of our body is seen. And so you want to do justice to the text without kind of blowing everything too big and too animated. And it's kind of, I'm not even sure I've really figured out the balance yet of animated versus small. And it's just it's a brave new world of theater. It's like a weird hybrid.
For me, I think I would say that a big struggle was, like, sometimes as an actor, you get to go to work and tell a story that you get to escape from your life or whatever's happening in your life. And with this, like, we don't get to do that. That's the job. That's what storytellers have to do every day. So for me, that was hard. It was hard to get off of Twitter and then say, okay, now I have rehearsal, yay! But it's the same idea.
Stewing anxiety.
What's that?
Just stewing and anxiety.
Well, like, we don't see that, so you're all doing it beautifully. I don't see any of that. So well done. Well done. Final question. I know you guys are ready to decompress. So how does the narrative of sort of the play, the allegory, reflect what's happening in our country today? And can it serve to give us some perspective on the challenges that we face going forward?
I think it highlights a lot of, when you really sit down and look at it, I feel like it highlights some areas of improvement. I think
absolutely.
It makes it funny. It highlights ways in which we as society have kind of failed and how we continue to fail. So it's like, like, ha ha ha, we're funny, we're laughing, but also like, the problems are being shown. So I feel like, yeah, it's just, it's highlighting areas of improvement.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't feel like it provides a clear pathway to change as much as it just sort of shows us a lot of the complexities of our downfalls. Something interesting about the play is, like, you'll hear a line and be like, oh, is this racist? Like, is this play racist? And you're like, no, it's not racist. That's just a deeply racist character. Or like, oh, maybe it is. But it's sort of, I mean, that's the nature of racism, is it's so deeply instilled in all of us to, different extents. And I think the play kind of digs into that and making you uncomfortable. I know as a white person, a lot of times when things about race, especially when they're as blatant as they're in this play, are brought up, my immediate reaction is always like, oh, don't talk about it. And this play is kind of the opposite. It's like, we're going to say something really abrupt and pretty racist, and you have to decide from your viewpoint as a viewer whether that's something you're chill with or not. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
No, it makes sense. Don't worry. No, don't apologize for expressing yourself or your ideas. No, that makes sense. Before I continue, does anyone else want to share?
Sorry.
No, shoot.
I think that one thing I appreciate about this play is that it addresses a lot of themes, and it deals with racism, it deals with sexism, it deals with issues in how democracy is supposed to work versus how it works. It deals with capitalism. It deals with a lot of shit. And stuff. Yeah.
I told you guys you couldn't swear.
I'm so sorry. But it deals with a lot of stuff, and it deals with the imperfection of those things. And it's not going to tie it up in a little cute, nice bow at the end and make us feel like everything's better. The idea is that it needs to get better, and this is where we are. And like, if we don't want it to be like this crazy, crazy island, then we need to maybe do better. And if we don't want to be these crazy, crazy guys in a helicopter dropping t-shirts on people who need help and saying that's help, then we need to do better. Like, there are ways to reflect the negatives in all of us in this show, and there are ways to reflect the positives in all of us in this show, and we need to endeavor to do better. And no matter what happens, keep fighting the fight and don't get exhausted, even though it is exhausting. I mean, Xana spends an entire act asleep. So like it's exhausting, but you have to keep going. And I appreciated that it's not perfect. It doesn't make everything perfect for everybody at the end because it's not perfect yet. So there's no reason to reflect that it is. That would be a lie. So that's what I feel.
I think that word perspective, or what word did you use, April? I mean, just, I don't know. I want to, like, one of my intentions was always to show like this kind of, you know, just this microcosm of our history and show that, and get through it in 90 minutes and show that we like it's still kind of worth preserving, but like every, you know, nation goes to this at one point. It's like, do we give just the loudest asshole like all the power? And, I'm sorry, are we breaking some YouTube like bylaws or something?
Yeah, you swore. You said a cuss word.
I caught 3, y'all. 3.
I think you briefed on the not swearing. My perspective is because actors are always frustrated they can't swear in the show, so I'd say you should swear as much as you.
I'm just used to swearing at home, not around other people. You know?
Oh, yeah. Well, you are at home, but I forgot what I was talking about.
There you go. You're at home.
Swearing blindly, but yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, I was in Germany actually when the election happened, and you know they
the 2016 or which one?
16, and they.
So was I.
Different perspectives. That's right. Yeah, we talked about that.
I was in Germany. Oh, did we? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, right. And yeah, they had an entirely different perspective on it. Just like, you know, we all have to, at some point, evaluate: are we going to do that, which is very easy to just hand over power and just have one guy lead, usually a guy, or do we like enter this extremely complex, extremely perilous journey of letting everybody decide how to run one place, which is insane. You know, it's a very difficult concept, democracy, and we've decided in this country, and thank God in a lot of countries, that that's worth fighting for. But it's so, you know, and you see how like the well-meaning liberal kind of side of things gets very gummed up because they're trying to give everybody a voice, and then nobody gets a voice whatsoever. Yeah. Because everybody, you know, because there's so much procedure to it, you know, and so, you know, I just hope at the end that we can kind of like distill it down and say, like, okay, this is still a worthy experiment, even though we're far more at the beginning than we are at the end of completing that experiment. But I hope that this nation, I feel like we're closer to like a civil war than we are to not, you know, and I hope that, you know, just for love of this country, that's not the case. But there's not a lot of pushback on that concept that we live in one America where we can all figure it out together. There's not a lot of that being said.
All right. I will wrap things up. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add before we wrap things up? No? All done. Well, once again, well done. Thank you so much for your time and your talent. It was an enjoyable production. Lots of praises in the comments. Thanks, Mike. Yes. Well done. One final bow, and I will say good night to you all, and thank you again.
Thanks,
Take
everybody.
care.